Hello everybody, back again for an episode of What's in the Box. And today we're going to be looking at my first ever Japanese armored vehicle, the Type 10 tank from Tamiya, 1/35th scale, of course, from their Japan Ground Self-Defense Force. And I gotta be honest with you, I didn't really know anything about Japanese tanks, especially modern vehicles. Now I did a bit of research, and this is a state-of-the-art weapon system. It's a 4th generation tank for Japan. It started with a Type 61. The type number has to do with the year that it was introduced with the JGSDF, the Japanese or Japan Ground Self-Defense Force. So they had a Type 61, they had a Type 74, which borrowed heavily from the US M60 series and also the Russian T-62. They had a Type 90, which was very reminiscent of a Leopard 2. And then last but not least, they have the Type 10, which was had prototypes in 2009, and then it was ordered by the Japanese Ministry of Defense in 2010. Now, I don't think very many of these vehicles are going to be made. I think they said something like a total of 55 had been ordered, which is an awfully small number. I'm a little surprised, quite frankly, Japan's not going to order more of these, considering the increasing threat from North Korea. But I don't want this to divulge into a discussion about the geopolitical scene. Let's talk about the kit. So, guys, this is a new model. This kit was introduced in 2013, I think about mid-year. Very few people know about it. It can be had really affordably if you buy it from the right dealers. You know, since it's a new Tamiya kit, if you buy it from a U.S. dealer, your local hobby store, you will pay through the nose for it. So I'm going to put a couple of links in the description, actually just below the video, with some really good prices on this kit if you guys are interested. I don't mind sharing that with you at all. So, beautiful Tamiya box art. And what we have on the side here is some pictures of the finished model. Now, the Tamiya color callouts on this vehicle, these paints are readily available in the United States. You can use a TS90 or TS91. These are sprays, but there's also, these are available in the 10mm or 23mm pots. And any Hobbytown USA franchise store will have these paints. I bought some at mine. It was no problem at all finding some. There's the 2013 introductory date. Other side of the box, we have a top-down picture of the box art, you know, the vehicle, and a really cool looking photograph of this. And you see Mount Fuji in the background. It's a really neat looking tank. You'll notice, if you look at the picture, it borrows heavily from the French Leclerc too. In fact, the armor in this vehicle I was researching is modular. So the idea behind this tank over the Type 90 was to reduce its weight, because they found that the Type 90 was simply too heavy to travel around many of the roads and bridges that were in northern Japan. And this tank is almost 10 tons lighter than the Type 90. So let's take a look at the plastic. Here we have the instruction sheet and our sprue bags. About that, I have too much time. Let's take a look at the hull, the tub. Tamiya's nice enough to stable these for me. So it is a one-piece hull tub. Almost no detail on the bottom, no escape hatches. These are going to be more than likely for location places to install parts for that bottom part of the hull. Some couple of locator tabs here in the back, but simple but nice looking one-piece hull tub. Doesn't look bad at all. This next sprue is interesting. Here we have a lot of filigree parts. We have a two-piece gun barrel. I don't understand why Tamiya can't do more of the slide mold technology. This is interesting. I had actually read about this in a review. There's a two-piece M2HB 50 caliber machine gun, And the detail on this thing is exquisite. If you look at the receiver halves, it's impressive. It's some of the best detail on a weapon I've seen. So you actually attach this receiver half to the other side of this, as you can see here how they did the parts. It's kind of different. So a two-piece 50 caliber machine gun barrel. The seam is along the top and bottom of the barrel. Bummer, but you know, I can live over that. We have turret bustle, the metal cages for the turret bustle. Bustles, I should say. Really nice bolt and rivet detail on the hatches. That looks like it's part of the commander's cupola. Not sure what those are there, but the detail on those, the molding is actually exquisite. Of course, it's new Tamiya moldings. There is no flash in sight, and the parts are all crisp and really finely detailed. I mean, for example, look at the detail on this piece. Not sure what that purpose is, but a nice rivet detail. Just a really, really good looking sprue. Nice parts. Alright, what else we have? Now this next bag is the running gear, drive sprockets, road wheels, etc. There's two identical sprues. And there's no detail on the back side of these road wheel hubs, but you know, who cares? I mean, you're not going to see that anyways, right? So, but look at the detail inside the road wheel. They did an excellent job there. There's the drive sprocket, and check out the bolt and rivet detail there. Mostly bolt. Smoke dischargers here, check that out. Nicely done in styrene. Nicely done. So there's two identical sprues here, and you'll notice, look at this handle or lever. It's awfully thin and really well done in polystyrene. Way to go, Tamiya. And then they include some mesh and a bunch of poly caps. That makes the road wheels easy to pop on and pop off, which also makes it easier for painting. And the mesh is for installation at the bottom of the turret bustles. And I would presume that Tamiya also was nice enough to include some templates to show you how to cut the mesh and install it on the bottom of those bustles. Now we have some clear parts here. This is kind of different. Although it says it's for the Type 90. But they are very clear. This is going to, I'm sure, go into periscopes and headlight lenses, that sort of thing. I may use Norm's trick with the party streamers, or party blowers, you know, so you can get that colored optics look. That's a really neat technique, Norm. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. And the tracks. Now these are the one-piece quote-unquote rubber band style tracks, but they are exquisite. They are beautifully detailed, and these are model cement friendly. These are polyethylene tracks, so these can absolutely be glued with model cement. And you know what, guys? Since the side skirts are going to hide the tracks and the sag is not going to be an issue, these are live tracks anyways. They're beautiful. I mean, don't take my word for it. Let me show you the detail. This is some of the best looking single piece tracks I've ever seen. If I get my camera to focus. There we go. Look at that. Tell me that's not just exquisite for one-piece tracks. It's some of the best I've ever seen. Certainly as good as Dragon Styrene, and maybe even slightly better. Alright, let's take some of the next sprue. Now this was what really impressed me when I first looked at this kit. I've shown this kit to Carlos and a couple of my buds, but this is one of the most detailed, I'm talking in terms of surface detail, plastic kits I have seen to date. And it does come with two crew figures, though, which is a nice addition from Tamiya. Look at the detail on the modular armor plating. Come on, camera, focus. There we go. They're done quite well. Those little latches allow it to be removed. It is very much like the Leclerc, and that the armor plating is modular, so it can be adapted for battlefield conditions. But let me call your attention to the non-skip textured pads on top of the turret. That is some of the best I have ever seen. It's fantastic. I mean, it's just beautiful. That's as good as I think a model kit can get in terms of detail. And it's a Tamiya, so you know it's going to fit. So, all right. Last but not least, let's take a look at the next sprue. This is the upper hull plate, back hull sides, and side skirts. And once again, that really beautiful non-skid texture is added to the top hull. You guys can see that. Really nice looking, finely molded engine grates. Lost my focus there. Come on, there we go. Just looks exquisite. But I'm going to show you the next thing that really startled me. This tank has got plastic, or not plastic, but rather rubber side skirts in real life. And getting those to look proper and to scale can be pretty challenging and styring. So look what Tamiya has done. Look at these. They look rubber. I mean, how beautiful is that? I mean, guys, this is some of the most state-of-the-art I have seen yet in molding technology. It is absolutely brilliant. And they are completely to scale. They're really nice and thin. Look at that. I mean, I'm just startled. I was stunned by this detail. Norm, I'm hoping you're watching this review because this kit is just incredible. It's just amazing. There's not a lot of aftermarket for this kit. There is a company called ET Model that makes the turret bustle screens out of photo etch, and I did buy it because I hate the mesh stuff, and I've got it. But there's no aftermarket. No, there is an aftermarket barrel. I'll take that back. There's one company that makes an aftermarket barrel, but it was kind of expensive. I think I'm gonna stick with the one-piece barrel. There is a decal sheet. It's very simple. There's only 1 or 2 Japanese units that have tanks. This is inside here. I'm not gonna pull that out. If you guys really wanted to see that, I apologize. There is a really nice little information guide that comes. It's a full color glossy printout, and it's in 3 languages. But you'll notice the painting and marking schemes. So there are there's 1, 2, 3 vehicles to do. And some really nice color photographs of the actual tank, and of course there's the history in Japanese, and then on the back side it should be at least I hope they're also offering it in English. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, here's the English, and a nice little diagram of the tank. This is really nice. Hamilcar always likes the information sheets, and I did too. This is a nice touch. So it's a painting and marking guide, and technical data and historical information. No surprises here on the Tamiya instruction sheet. Tool callouts, color callouts, of course all Tamiya color, and they make their own paint, so of course there's no surprises there. Construction begins, as with most armored vehicles, the construction of the road wheels and the suspension, right into tracks. Really straightforward. You'll notice the illustrations are large and easy to follow. One of the things I love about Tamiya is their simplicity in the build, because I'm less about the build and more about the painting. That's what I enjoy about modeling. Barrel assembly, really, really straightforward. There's not a whole lot of parts. This actually appears to be like it will be a relatively simple build. I mean, the trickiest part, if you were going to do it, was to tackle the camo scheme of the 2 Japanese ground defense force figures. You can see there's a multicolored camouflage pattern with their uniforms. So, really very simple. But guys, this model, it's impressive. I know I did a review of it. I'm already into 14 minutes, but this kit is. I'm being totally honest here. It's probably one of the best plastic model kits I've had my hand on in the last year. I'm talking in terms of detail, the level of the quality of the moldings. I don't know anything about the fit, but I mean, come on, it's a Tamiya. They don't have any issues with fit. They did really design their products well. I just cannot say enough. If you're into modern armor and you're kind of looking for something different, this is the way to go. Guys, these kit can be had pretty affordably because these Japanese subjects are not very popular over here. And like I said, I'm going to leave a couple of links up into the top there, just below the description, about where you can get this kit for a really good price. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Everyone have a good day, and I appreciate you watching. Take care. Bye-bye.